Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, the Vedas and the Puranas. It was the time of sunrise at Badrikashrama in the area of the Himalayas. Sage Vyasa just took his bath in the river Saraswati. Then he offered his prayers and sat alone to meditate. Being a great saint of spiritual vision, he could see the past and the future with his divine eyes. It was the end of Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga was approaching soon. In his meditation, Vyasadeva saw various faults in the people to be born in Kali Yuga. Vyasa was the incarnation of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Wishing to benefit Kali Yuga people, he thought the people of Kali Yuga will have less lifespan, short memory and poor intelligence. The Vedas contain great knowledge that gives the right direction to humanity. So I will give them the knowledge of the Vedas in a simplified form. Vyasa then planned to write the Vedas. Previously, there was no books. People used to learn simply by hearing from a powerful guru and they would remember easily. This is because they had sharp intelligence and good memory. But people of Kali Yuga have poor memory, so Vyasadeva wanted to put the Vedic knowledge in written form to benefit humanity in Kali Yuga. At the beginning of the creation, Lord Brahma spoke the four Vedas with four mouths. The mantras of these Vedas were mixed like an unsorted collections of various types of gems. Vyasadeva separated these Vedic mantras into four divisions just as one sorted out a diverse collection of jewels into various piles according to their color and size. These divisions are the four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. Thereafter, Vyasa had written the Puranas and the Mahabharata to teach the morals to humanity through stories. Thus, the histories and the stories in Puranas are called the fifth Veda. Vyasa then instructed his disciples, please become professors of Vedas and propagate this divine knowledge. Sage Paila took charge of Rig Veda, Jaimini Samaveda, Vaishampayana Yajurveda, Sumantu Atharva Veda, and Romaharsha took charge of the Puranas. These scholars divided the Vedas into smaller sections and spread them through their disciples and grand disciples. Although Vyasa had written so many scriptures, he still felt dissatisfied. What could be the reason for it? From confusion to clarity. Why is my heart dissatisfied? Vyasa pondered very deeply, sitting in an isolated spot on the bank of the river Saraswati. Then he said within himself, I followed all my spiritual practices properly. I perfectly worshipped the Vedas and the Gurus. I have divided one Veda into four and wrote the Mahabharata, by which even simple people can get benefited. But still, why am I feeling so incomplete? By such honest and self-examination, Vyasa could figure out the cause of his dissatisfaction. He thought this may be because I did not adequately describe the divine activities of Lord Krishna and Bhakti in my books. Bhakti or loving devotional service to Lord Krishna is the natural activity of all living beings. The path of Bhakti is most pleasing to the pure devotees and the Lord himself. As Vyasa was thinking thus, his guru Narada Muni came to his hermitage. Vyasa stood up respectfully, welcomed his guru and worshipped him. Narada knew the situation of Vyasa and the cause of his dissatisfaction. So he smiled and said, Dear Vyasa, in the books you have written, you have not sufficiently stressed on the glorious path of bhakti, and you have not elaborately described the glorious and the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Please do it now. Only then your heart will be satisfied. Even an imperfectly written book is appreciated by saints if it describes the wonderful superhuman activities of God. Vyasa identified the reason for his dissatisfaction by introspection and Narada Muni reconfirmed it. To inspire Vyasa, Narada narrated his own pastime. I was the son of maidservant in my previous life. But the holy association of great devotees called the Bhakti Vedantas, I was inspired to perform Bhakti. Thus I became Narada Muni and attained a spiritual body. The result of the sincere practice of Bhakti are eternal. By bhakti, one can attain the supreme shelter of God and be relieved of all miseries. Bhakti transforms even sinful people into virtuous persons. So, please write Srimad Bhagavatam, emphasizing the path of bhakti vividly. Narada brought great clarity in Vyasa's thoughts and gave him specific direction for his further writing work. Having thus advised Vyasa, Narada Muni departed. After that, Vyasadeva sat to meditate in a devotional mode. In his vision, he saw Lord Krishna and Maya, his illusionary energy. He also saw people suffering due to the influence of Maya. He knew that the solution to the suffering was bhakti or loving service to Lord Krishna. Thus he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam vividly explaining the path of bhakti and the activities of Lord Krishna, his incarnation and his dear devotees. His heart was then fully satisfied. Later, Vyasadeva taught the Bhagavatam to his son Sukadeva Goswami. Everyone needs a teacher. Well-wishing gurus guide their students on the right path. Although Vyasadeva was very exalted and accomplished, he took guidance from his guru Narada Muni. When we think we know everything, we are limited only to what we know and remain confused in certain situations. But when we are submissive to experienced elders and teachers and are open to learning from them, our knowledge will increase and we overcome confusion. Let us wind up for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.